It's the last chance for EMEA versus the pride of the Americas. And it couldn't come down to two better teams in this situation, Kukuka. You have Fnatic, a squad that has time and time again proved to be one of the best that the region has to offer, whereas Sentinels, they've been here before. They've lifted a trophy over their head, just like Fnatic have, so neither of these teams are shy from the spotlight.
And Fnatic have had such a resurgence since that kickoff. They were proved to feel renewed coming into this tournament. And as we take a look at the OMEN map select, Sunset is going to be the first map. Sentinels wants to run it again. And of course, they've decided to ban that split after what happened yesterday against HyperX, Mimi.
It is interesting to see Fnatic picking into Ascent. When you watch them in EMEA, they're almost always picking Haven, Icebox, or Split. Those are the big three, but a lot of those maps are a crossover with the strengths for Sentinels, whereas their Ascent a little less tested. And Fnatic, of course, this is the map where Alpha brought out the chamber and dominated Pacific's #1.
And I think that one of the reasons why they probably went for that Ascent is because I do not think they showed even 20% of what they have ready in that map, because we saw very repetitive rounds and an RRQ. Yeah, and an RRQ that had no response to dealing with the Vice and dealing with the chamber. So I think that that is what gave them confidence for today. And also, we were speaking about the time. No, the teams not having time. Preparing against something like that is very specific, and we need to look at the coaching staff for that.
Yeah, and really Coach Kaplan as well as Coach Milan have their work cut out for them. Let's also dial the time back to Champs, because let's not forget, Sunset was the battleground where these guys first played when they faced off against each other, Mimi, at Champions. It was a 13-11 scoreline in favor of the Sentinels, but that just goes to show you that this one really can fall either way.
It certainly can, and for the Sentinels here, I mean, they've always had a bit of a home ground on Sunset. Fnatic still trying to prove that map, show us what they have ready to go. If they can beat SEN there, then go into an Ascent, that is such a strong showing for them going into a lower round 3 against G2 after the break.
Yeah, definitely the map that Sentinels have prepared the most, and probably why we see all of those pictures down there and all of those reads, is because Sentinels has chosen this Sunset every single time that they have the opportunity to do so. We've spoken about Second, how he's set up, how he runs across the map, and the man on your screen right now, Kayak, well, not Hoster, is going to face up one of the biggest challenges of his careers today.
Oh man, you can feel the energy in the air as well, Mimi. The fans are on their feet. Everyone's ready for this one because they know the stakes. Both of these teams thought that they would be contesting for a trophy right now when they face off against each other. But here they are fighting, scrapping for a top 4 placement. And the pressure is on in a way that I don't think I've felt before at a VCT global event for some reason. Do you feel it? It just, like the people, the anticipation's through the roof here.
It's there, but these are also two teams that feed off that energy. You've seen Zelsis, you've seen Boaster, probably this tournament's 2 best emotional leaders playing to this crowd here in Toronto, standing up, feeling that energy and channeling it to win, to make it to this point.
Round after round, we've been seeing, fan after fan I spoke to, actually, it's split down the middle. You ask them, what do you want? Fnatic, you want Sentinels. It's wild, Kukuka.
It's very difficult to choose.
How can you?
If you're a Valorant fan, you want both of the teams to make it through, but of course that cannot happen. There can only be one survivor today. Can Sentinels bounce back from that loss yesterday, or is it going to be just like Gen G and they're going to be defeated? I think that especially this first map, this Sunset, is going to have a lot of tells in the first 6 rounds. I think that the team who deals better with the nerves of the situation that they're in will succeed.
All right, well, agent select now. See what we get. Zekin, of course, is going to be rocking that neon there, and see what we end up getting for both teams as they look to lock this one in, Mimi.
Fnatic really does not play Sunset. Since that game we talked about, where they lost to Sentinels back in Champions Seoul, the only time they played it was their loss to Gen G. This is very much uncomfortable territory for them, but with the map changes, being a team that permabans Pearl, they're going to have a good Sunset.
Yeah, coming into the tournament, having a permaban, being a team like Fnatic, but still having that downside of there's a place that we do not want to go in this Sunset that they've never liked. Now they're both combined together, right? You cannot ban both of them, and they had to be ready to face off Sunset. Again, the loss against Gen G there were many painful things happening. First of all, they won both pistols, and they were unable to convert any of the other anti-ecos afterwards. So that allowed their opponent to get in their hairs, to get the confidence, and get snowballing way before them.
This is it, folks. Last match before we lock in our top 4. The pressure couldn't be higher. The audience, everyone in here, is losing their minds as they get ready for this game. You see everything all locked in and ready to go. And you gotta wonder, who wants it more? Toronto, who do you think wants it more? Do you think Sentinels want it more? Do you think Fnatic want it more? Oh boy, the crowd is ready for this one, folks. Let's do this. It's EMEA's last stand, so it's only fitting that we send it over to Pansy and HyperX on the mic.
And look, I'm not above sending them home with a smile on my face. Mike, this is a tale of 2 Titans in Toronto. A matter of survival now. We start on Sunset.
Yeah.
Where's your mind going?
Yeah, I don't want to say it's a little bit of a surprise, because obviously I think Sentinels, no shocker there to lean into.
Yes,
this,
absolutely.
See, this is really going to set the tone for this series. Again, everything on the line here. Elimination basically looming for both of these teams, and some concerning losses previously, the more so being that Gen G loss for Fnatic.
Oh, it is heavy weighted, right? There's a lot to be looked at here between the two. Anything about the composition standing out to you? Is it literally going to come down to who wants it more? I mean, GB was saying it, and I agree. This is one of those grudge matches where you've got to turn up on the day.
Any given Sunday, it's the form that's going to decide this one. No surprise, maybe some tweaks along the way, but we should have an absolute banger to open the series. Things for Fnatic set up outside A right now, and actually a heavier stack for Sentinels. Narrate actually caught sights of. Fnatic will proceed forwards.
Yep, and already Celsius with an opportunity. Doesn't get too much pressure, and avoiding that paranoia allows him a little bit more breathing room. Kayak would love to squeeze that away from him. Good trade from Bang though. And again, that spike, hesitant so far, but has actually skipped a little further ahead. So they're trying to carve a path forward, Fnatic, looking for some more options, and Second's not allowing that already. Denial in front of them, obvious, and broad as daylight. Sentinels off to the start they wanted.
Fnatic almost playing into that pinch there, a little desperate to try and recover. Just too much damage done on the way in. Seemingly find the opener they needed, but it's Bang to really turn this back. Chronicle falling as well.
One enemy remaining.
We were just talking as well, Kayak, this is probably the biggest challenge he's faced so far. In terms of the head-to-head today, Zekken, one of the best. You cannot doubt that. Certainly all eyes towards him.
Yeah, and Zekken's proven it time and time again, right? Tournament after tournament, he's always been exceptional. For Kayak, it's a impressive run. Speak of the man, and he'll show you why. Quick 2. Kayak and Boast are going to feel that. And Sen don't want to allow Fnatic to get off even the starting blocks.
Gonna slow down round 2. Off the rip here. It's Alpha with a Sheriff though. He's the one that's probably going to look for a pick. Right, almost entertaining the idea. Actually, the trade-off, Alpha down to 20 already. So going to keep that Sheriff in check for the time being.
Right here.
Yeah, taking.
Goes, yeah, little off angle from Bang.
Down mid.
I've got to say for me as well, Bang is such an unsung hero of the Sentinels team. I mean, there's a lot of highlight players, right? There's a lot of personality to that Sentinels side, but Bang is always such a safe pair of hands, such a solid player. And Alpha, it's a nice shot. Gonna need a whole lot more of those though. And it looks like Narrate would like to close his count down, and he does. Safety found for Sentinels in the first 2. Rather unfazed thus far.
Yeah, it's pretty comfortable as well, carrying across 4 of the weapons here. Recovery. Well, that's going to deter Fnatic initially. Slow things down for their buy round. Certainly the upper hand for sure.
I have the last player stand.
With Bosa looking like actually might settle for just a Guardian here. Don't expect him to be at the forefront of this buy round, but certainly get an indicator here for pace, a widespread default from Fnatic.
I like this.
Just putting out the feelers, yeah, Zekken on a deep angle here.
Yeah, it's a question mark of how long he holds it. Deciding against staying out for too long, but an initial show of force. You can see a little bit of a deeper exploration over towards that A side as well, putting up that one-way smoke, controlling this space. Second still with this line. No light shields on the other side, so it won't have that same validity, but it can certainly do some good chip. Kayak could be feeling the brunt of that down to 10, and that's an early big bit of damage.
Now Fnatic looking to put things in motion. The other extremity here, Bang will be called upon. What's actually just shouldering the ankle there, knife out. Lucky to get away with no damage, actually. But already bodies in the right place for Sentinels, and 45 seconds left on the clock. I think now Fnatic going to try and put something in motion towards B to once again pull that rotation.
But you got to look towards the main map. Look how deep they're sitting on this. A couple of players maybe just keeping an eye on if you kind of want to put Bang into the equation. But for Sentinels, they're not giving Fnatic opening chances. They're not allowing them these picks. Even Zekken, who did have that deeper line initially towards B, slipped back towards Pillar. Again, playing these deeper angles, and Kayak. Oh, banging shot though, barely alive, and he lands it. It's that second removed. Zeltz is then going to try and find some timing. 14 seconds of Fnatic looking for the plant. Alpha gets it done. Zeltz is maintaining the space, but the rotations are coming in.
Be careful here. Actually could get overwhelmed towards CT, but actually the stun comes through. Kayak, he's going to find another one.
That's 10 HP. He's found two. Finally caught in the heels by Bang. But you're looking for Boaster now to pick up the slack. Already slipped ahead is Bang. Again, step after step coup. 2 kills for him. 3v3 in the post plant.
Now looking for Fnatic to try and find some sort of answer. Can't get locked out of sight here. Zelsis actually doubles down.
An Alpha, an unknown position, but now given away. But Zelsis! It's a 3K and it's dreamy from him. You know he's standing up. You know he's reminding them of who they are on this server. That retake, really special stuff here. Kayak though, heroics with 10 HP, but instantly Sentinels fighting it back in off the back of Bang.
Enemy remaining.
Noticing as well, the HP just makes Fnatic a little cautious to continue pressuring towards CT.
Ooh, frustration on Boaster.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of a fumble here on the bonus, but all credit due to Sentinels to convert.
I'm out of here.
Minimal investment here, a Guardian, a couple of Sheriffs, some Stingers. It's only the Neural Theft available for Fnatic. It's not much to pull into round 4 here.
No, and this feels rather similar, doesn't it, to almost that second round. Second over towards...
Very tempered early rounds here from Fnatic. We want to get a feel for some of the setups here, but not necessarily any variations so far from Sentinels, so...
Okay, small... Oh!
So
God
snappy.
Damn, that was quick. And Zeltz is not feeling particularly pressured. He can just cycle those one-ways still. He knows that market pressure is now a little bit less deadly, but okay, these shots are hitting a while. Boaster, almost didn't finish his dinner. But second, quick as lightning, dives in, removes. It's easy for Sentinels. Not a sentence I expected to be saying yet, but they don't look phased at all.
Coasting through these early rounds, Lauren. Fnatic probably need to get a grip on things pretty early on.
Timeout,
I was going to say, wouldn't be surprised to see an early timeout here. Oh. And haven't really forced any sort of adjustments from Sentinels just yet. Zekken happy to stand his ground.
Let's go.
Yeah, we'll see a timeout here. Early pump of the brakes from Fnatic.
They look cold, Mike. It feels like they're, you know, not getting much say in the way these rounds go. We've seen how deep Sentinels are sitting, making them really play to try and get into these sites, trying to take that market control that's not working. I mean, Zekken's been controlling that like a champion, right? Every time, hard to clear. Then you can throw in Zelsis to the mix, whoever you want, bang, playing it back in from kind of top middle. He's been excellent, 7-1 already. Yeah, Kayak's had a couple moments, but none of it's felt like it's a threat to the round yet.
No, like I said, until they can force an adjustment, put basic Sentinels in a position to employ Zekken elsewhere, then maybe it's a positive for Fnatic to try and exploit such a thing, but towards the minimap here, it's pretty much carbon copy once more for Sentinels. See Fnatic leading towards a set piece early on here. Said early slow default. Not really achieving much. Like I said, these are the fact finders. If you lose them, you come away with something to work upon, but walked into the similar setups on repeat so far.
Yeah, need to find a solution quick. If we want a bit of a game here, really. Yeah, a couple ults nearby. Kayak's not too far off. Neither is Crashies. So Kayak off to a quick beginning, but the stall instantly comes out. Prowler to follow, so they know that they've still got that nice line over from elbow. Kayak has done well on his entries, but it's a tough endeavor, and Bang's been so cold with holding this as well, just shouldering it before in those earlier rounds.
Might even be a re-clearance here. See the Prowler layered with the flash from John. Bang just taking a peek with the TP.
And the one thing I love about how Sentinels approach playing Fnatic, there's no fear about it. They play like they're the favorites, which you could argue they are in this scenario. There isn't that hesitation or worry. They are as calibered, as prolific as each other in that regard. And already a good read here. Look at the rotation coming in. You're going to start seeing John QT head over to the right side, catching towards top middle, joined by Narrate. They've got a good beat on what Fnatic want to do, but this slow, steady pace isn't catching anyone off guard yet.
Well, yeah, I mean, almost tailor-made to force Second a little deeper here with that paranoia.
Still have to give away the game if they want to close down towards him, though.
Yeah.
And there it is. Oh, that's good
Big
from Kayak.
Big win.
Yeah, and that was basically all building towards it. Now at 25 seconds, overwhelmed. Zelsis goes down. They fought for that top middle control, and they've won it out. That was a very procedural round almost from Fnatic. These final three players, it's tough to come back into this.
Especially with such deep control from Alpha. So obviously boasted to complement that as well. Still a way back in here if they can win a couple of these gunfights, but the spy cam will reveal Sentinels in mid. So got to pick up the pace now if they still want to make a go of this. They're probably just going to look for exits on the other side. Doesn't feel good to walk into market there.
No, we could obviously see how many were waiting if they did decide to go for it. But for once, it does feel like that kind of isolation of Zekken worked out, right? Mike, he had to sit deep CT, and then you had pressure top middle.
It still doesn't feel great that Zekken can then sit on a deeper angle on that, but I said that's why it's such a big win from Kayak. A window of opportunity after the paranoia is posted, unless you can scale up effectively and lock somebody like Zekken out of the site.
Yep.
Certainly doesn't feel like it's a guarantee. Fnatic on the board regardless, though. So Neural Theft really seals the deal on this round.
So cute.
Nice boys, really good round.
Yeah, I mean, even now, that doesn't look overly happily about it.
No, I mean, we saw frustration early, and that's not something you're used to seeing with Boaster. He's very, very calm normally, if not always leaning towards a positive, but let's see how this looks. A little bit of an answer back for Sen's 4 rounds now. Kayak with ult, Crashies with it online too. Contact off the Prowler, and Bang getting curious. Flash in, swing! It's stunning from Bang. Answer found by Kron, though, takes away Narrate, who's meant to be that support system. But John QT caught on the back away from that. He leant forward, it looked like to try and support what Bang was doing, but as it stands, they've given over the man advantage now.
No commitment just yet as well. Boaster trying to pick up maybe somebody in rotation. Only really Zelsis on the chopping block for that. See, Alpha still has a cam here, but he's not spotted. Zelsis has got ahead of it.
Oh my god, welcome to live events. See if you can figure it out. Around we go, completely unawares. And Zelsis is going to clear this. Zekken, he's got the operator. He's been quick so far, but he's got a lot of pressure now coming his way. Decides against it. Holds that deeper line again. Good choice. And a great shot! Crashies goes down. Spike now spotted. Holding his space towards CT. Support's coming in, and Zelsis on the flank. Yeah, they got sight, but this post plant won't be comfortable for Fnatic. So do they fight forward?
Still a trip, actually, which will reveal Zelsis' position. Zek gonna swap over to the rifle.
This is pressure now on two sides, Mike. That trip being broken, they now
Bang's
know.
found one.
What? How did Bang get that? Maybe above the smoke? I don't know. But Alpha with an oh! You get away with robbery, apparently. Chronicle makes it up to going to Fnatic's way, but bloody hell, that felt close.
I mean, the shift walk out as well into Zekken's sideline. Still some question marks on this side of the map, for sure, but
and this is classic Tron, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. Happy to stand his ground here.
Yeah,
It's over the top of the smoke. It looked like it might have just come straight through.
Through, yeah.
Enemy remaining.
Chronicle delivering here. Maybe a swing round for Fnatic. So retrieval of the operators, well, Alpha actually going to pick it up himself. With how slow these early rounds have been, actually potential for maybe in a mid round to pick up a Zellsis creeping elsewhere and find a pick off the back of it.
And again, for someone like Chronicle, those 4 were his first 4. But you need that, right? You need your backbone, that spine to the roster.
Much deeper ahead of this poison orb now.
I love this diligence over
yes.
Fnatic. They're feeling that there's variety to this and there would be adaptation.
Sentinels have shown that they want to re-clear this and fight for this space actively, so no surprises to see Fnatic sitting back.
Look at these positions from Sen, though. Are they going to go for a re-clear in middle or a challenge on this? Look how actively they're playing. Oh, this is super deadly. And that's 2 players spotted. Stun going to come in. Crashies might be screwed here. Forced out of the corner. He's still fine. He plays his life. This is so tense.
Even the aftershock just doesn't force onto a deep enough line. Even with Zekken peeling away from that. Again, 40 seconds on the clock. We walk into potentially a site. Just 2 members of Sentinels, but John QT, I'm sure the cooldown there on the fault line will be able to apply some pressure here.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, we've got Narrate, Bang. You've still got a lot of util on Narrate. Same with Bang as well with Paranoia. Now the pressure. Narrate can't stand it. Too much util. Just the dart to turn his eyes. Bang now leans in. It's good for one, but not good enough for the follow. John QT on rotate through. CT does it for now. Plant needed. No!
That's his back!
No, that's a spike gun! Oh, it's an absolute fumble and a half!
I mean, Kayak was down to just 10 HP. You see he's desperate to get out of the way of it.
Oh, you can see there's gutting
Yeah.
for him too.
Absolute heartbreak because it's not recoverable at that point.
No, that's spike gone. That was it. Oh,
One
God.
enemy remaining. 10
And if you're
seconds
saying you're grinning, right? You're like, cool, nice one, appreciate that. No
Not
plant to worry about, perfect. But, God, for Fnatic, that is going to be devastating.
Certainly a tilter. 5-2 now the scoreline. Operator back in hand for Zekken as well.
I like this, though. He's gone deeper towards
So
BK.
aggro, yeah. I mean, they've been given a little bit of freedom on the side of Sentinels towards this side of the map. Zels is walking mid previously, getting ahead of that camera.
That's enough for him.
Definitely, yeah.
Don't think that jump spot saw it either. Careful now, that's a tag. Didn't get the kill, but now Zellsis readies himself. He knows that pressure could be going through market, but top middle is a place to be worried about. Kron slips the net, but only for so long. Second, quick with it, Narrate in support. It's stunning. But still, look at the HP. Kayak down on 20. Boaster, 30. They are low in this.
Walking wounded. 50 HP between them. Bang, nearly caught the backside of them.
Oh, this reclear is so well timed. And the old mic.
Might be able to get a plant away, but certainly not going to be comfortable regardless where Fnatic. But Zekken can close the gap so damn quickly.
And again, you've still got that Paranoia. Primed with Bang, there it goes. And that's going to catch! Just a shot through the smoke, and Zellsis going to catch Boaster. Now Kayak has to do... Oh, Christ! I was going to say miracles, and he almost did it.
Good for the first, but Sentinels standing tall here. Nearly fell off my chair.
Look, if he'd hit another, I think I'd have done the same. But as it stands, I'm going to be honest, by all accounts, this has been Sentinels not looking too uncomfortable. It feels like they've got a good concept and a good read on what Fnatic are trying to achieve. They're handling the mid-pressure well. It feels like there's not enough players to really pressure Sentinels. Second has been finding the spacing, great to be able to fall back.
Go, boys. Come on.
Sitting towards CT, that market presence, okay. Zellsis learning on the fly, slipping a little deeper, giving it up. I haven't felt like Fnatic looked that deadly yet.
No, there's been a lack of pressure, really, on the side of Fnatic. Like I said, seemingly a lot of freedom for Sentinels on the B side of the map, and towards mid as well. First real switch up here is Zellsis over towards A.
This worries me. Just thought he was hands off keyboard for a second in the camera, so I was like, oh god, it's all good.
Do not speak it into existence.
That's
A
all
lesser
I have.
purchase here. 2 rifles on the side of Fnatic.
Trips on the site though, they don't know about this Zellsis. Again, maybe a good counter to Kayak's ult, maybe just be aware of what they'd want to be doing, but Bang needs to live. He's about to be overrun, he can't handle that. There's just too much going straight up towards that top mid side. Now a chance for Zelsis. That's a spam, can't get the connect he want, and has to back away.
Oh, he's so lucky to get out of that. Able to break the sight lines here, even though it's tagged by the drone. Plant comes through. Probably the most comfortable post-plant we've seen here from Fnatic.
Does Narrate go for the ult? Ooh,
Certainly now with
deep.
the pit.
Yeah, really deep hit from Kron as well. That's just gonna, I mean, that really cuts off CT. You can't even be considering it at that point. But then it funnels you forward. Already look at the two players, Boaster and Kayak on site.
I mean,
Eyes on that.
Yeah,
That's wraps.
No shock to see Sentinels giving this one up. Do not fancy their chances. Obviously holding to the operator. Again, Fun's really looking pretty comfortable regardless at a 6-2 scoreline. I mean, ultimates to bring into the next, only really the TP for Boaster. Not much else to work around here. It's actually almost having both initiator ultimates on the side of Sentinels.
Here it is, the one kill that pretty much secured the entire round. Like doing that, and then you throw in the pit on top from Kron. That's pretty much checkmate. He's already going back into it. Yes, I guess you could argue they did have Narrate's ult if they fancied it, but still, it was
roll of the dice, really, yeah.
It just felt like too much of a risk to go for it. So for Fnatic, a bit of stability found, but this slow and steady pace, certainly not setting my world on fire, but it has got them 3. Now, to continue forward, would be fantastic. What's the adjustment here? What's the way they want to keep playing this? Because eventually Sen will figure out the tempo. And that was off the back of that ult from Kayak.
So previously, only 4 rounds found by Fnatic versus Gen G. So maybe that's why they're a little hesitant here. Try and draw some of these rounds out. Yeah, I mean, it's
look at this.
Certainly not what you want to rely on. This doesn't really scream confidence to you.
No, it doesn't.
Like I said, this sunset really sets the tone.
Scanning ahead.
And Bang has been on the money. He's the only one dedicated towards site. Narrates actually managed to make it back over somewhat in time. Still behind the smoke, but another one placed down from Bang. Consideration to play it forward. Great connection on the ult as well. And Bang's position does get considered, but you still can't kill him. Takes away Alpha, and no trade there for Kron. Blinded and hungry, Bang goes in. Takes down Kron, and it is just methodical. Narrates, Bang, perfect hold.
Well, the concern being this is the first time Fnatic have stacked up and looked for a set piece towards either side, to be honest with you. And it gets absolutely dismantled by Sentinels. Bang again, just always good for 2, it seems, in situations like this.
Again, Bang probably won't ever be in your highlight reels, right? 2 safe kills there, but the value he is bringing is second to none. He's top of the board currently, but as said, safety kills. Even the coaching staff looking a little frustrated at the tempo. Kaplan there just, hey, it's all going well. They're 7-3. Nothing's really phased them yet. It hasn't pushed them out of their comfort zone. And it feels rinse and repeat now.
Scrambled purchase once more from Fnatic. Just going to make round 12 pretty awkward for them.
Oh, three players dedicated towards B this time. I don't know if it's a read into this. Cool, that is good info on that.
And another adjustment here on Zelsis' utility at least. And actually, finally, isolating Bang. It's been a problem.
But I like that Narrate's noted the players coming through top middle. He's pretty much going to be gift the try and do what you can. We can't help you yet. They've sliced right up the guts here, Fnatic. Almost doing a little bit of a fake out. Alpha.
On the fadeaway.
Okay, fair enough. Zekken, you got a 1v5. No, you don't! Alpha, you absolute nutcase. Catching him easy.
And just like that, a flawless response from Fnatic. Able to find success towards top mid. And the spike and them was a great read from Sentinels to try and, I guess, mitigate the risk on the back of this wall. This time around, the isolation of Bang is perfect. It looked even more ridiculous the second time after that kill from Alpha.
And you're going to need to see that, Alpha. If Ascent's in the map pool, you're going to need to see him firing, right? But 7-4, okay. It's not a complete shutout here. Fnatic have found enough rounds to build forward. Now, again, similar scenes to that last round here.
Well, Fnatic feel as if they have found something to work upon.
I mean, they're drawing the rotation towards top middle, right? You can't leave it open. Narrate has to react. John QT has to be present. This time, Narrate very present. Down to 20, but he's done his job in this. They want to try and get some pressure through Market and Alpha. Disrespecting the util felt like a desperation play almost.
Sure. Now,
And then look how deep they are, Mike.
I was going to say, Boaster tasked now with making something of nothing, to be honest with you. Just as
not like that.
Zelsis, who would find the wallbang. Now down to Chronicle and Crashies. A 2v5 to try and convert here into a 7-5 half. A tall order.
It certainly is, and I have to credit the discipline from Sentinels, because the tempo and pacing from Fnatic, which has been discussed, is very slow. It is very cautious, but Kron
30
got
seconds
them
left.
4 before. Need more this time around. Does have Crashies there. One
C
shot
wants
dart.
to make something happen here.
You got to get at least a kill, right? That's the long and short of it. You have to at least get a kill to make this possible and ideally be able to back away. They may not expect him so close by, but the Horn will do the job. Nice work on one for the trade. Instantaneous. Sentinels playing the numbers game very well. Crashies can't do enough. Sentinels looking very in control, Mike. This has not been a problem.
No, I think Fnatic adopt a game plan here to try and slow things down and make Sentinels sweat a little bit. But like I said, coasting through a lot of these rounds.
Yeah, gonna need to see a little bit more fire under Fnatic for my flavor in this. I don't love this tempo from them. I want to see them come out swinging. The Sen look all too comfortable.
I progress no less. Go ahead and place your bets. Cause we know where we at, we know we top tier. Cause all the hate that you bring, we know it stops here. I'm taking off like a rocket here and stopping here. It's strange how they cannot see the future, but see profit here. Wait up, we gon' always win. Promise that that's not a promise, yeah, that is a threat. You know that I promise to bring the team commas. When the whole team win, that's when you flex. Win, and I'ma do it again. Watch me win, then watch me do it again.
Bottles knocking models, bottles knocking models. I wanna bump a beat that goes hard. I wanna bump a beat that goes hard. Bottles knocking models, bottles knocking models, bottles knocking models. I wanna bump a beat that goes hard. Cup it. Cup it. Cup it.
Well, the pacing certainly a little bit of a different tempo from that G2 Gen G game just
sure,
now.
yeah.
But 4 rounds is manageable with a pistol. But Mike, how do we see this one going down so far? Because I don't know how I feel about this yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not sold on Fnatic's approach once again here. We saw versus Gen G, I think, what, 4, maybe 5 rounds in that first half, decided by the clock or looking towards saving rifles, and it's just not convincing enough for me. Heartbreaking to see the first time they stack up and go for a pacey set piece. It's, like I said, Sentinels barely broke a sweat.
Now you can see the Coinbase econ report there on the screens. It's really a bit of a one-sided affair, but the vast majority of SEN on the money. I mean, John QT able to get there in time, everyone else doing their job. I just need to see more here. Now, Sentinels 8-4 is a respectable scoreline. I think they'll be happy enough with that, right? Like,
yeah.
you walk away with that. You've done the job that was required. Now, their attacking side left me wanting a little bit as well, but I don't think I'm going to have the same quandary as I do with Fnatic's attack.
No, I mean, because that second half versus Gen G was kind of blink and you miss it.
Yep.
It was over very quickly, which is, again, you always aim towards a 6-6 for sure, but just, I mean, it didn't even really feel like an 8-4 half, to be honest with you. Nope. Fnatic to come away with as many as they did. Can they build upon that now?
To find you.
And And yeah, instantly different pace here coming out. Second fast towards elbow, clearing on through. Paranoia late, actually. So you can already see that Kayak's had a look, but he sees nothing. Very late presence coming out from back to Zekken. Straight on the side, Boaster. Good denial, takes a, whoa! Takes a second! Get out of there! How's he found two? Kayak comes back around, but we're in a 3v2 now. The pressure mounting, you can see it. Just getting into the scrap from Narrate. Sends them packing in the pistol.
Another situation where you think Fnatic have got the early win to get around under their belt. The Sentinels just strip it away. Boaster, two fantastic kills that stun on the first, actually, to find Zekken with a right click, but then doubling down under so much pressure. But Narrate really stretching his legs.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, that was gorgeous. That was gorgeous from Narrate. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. That was something quite special there. And a mid-walk from Fnatic wanting to take the fight to Sentinels. You're on the defending side now, guys. You could have chilled out. But Narrate going to pick up where he left off. Carrying on this sort of fatality, lethality, but Boaster on a classic. I'm sorry, maybe just a what? Go on. You just, what is going on, Mike? Are we in deathmatch?
Fnatic seemingly now looking to play a little more aggressively, taking the fight to Sentinels as you would have wished in the first half. Boaster put a classic in his hands and he's shining right now.
Right? You're not going to do...
Besting Zekken twice now.
That's ridiculous. Hello. Hello, speed up. Deltas clears him. No more naughtiness for that.
There.
The Crashies, who's lingering around middle, maybe able to see if he can get maybe something to
say,
fight
yeah,
in
can
with.
he recover anything?
They've still got the main weaponry. You're looking at it, right? The two Bulldogs are still there. It's one Stinger that's gone down. And Deltas, yeah, right place, right time, and Crashy's knife out ain't gonna do it. 10 discovered for Sen. And I like Fnatic trying something here. You might as well in a round like this.
Absolutely, yeah. So it really comes down to this buy round now. You've got to see them get on the board here.
Yeah.
Too late.
Be 11. A broken purchase once more.
Okay. Nice, boys. Come on, let's go.
Stripping away any comfort that Fnatic have even attempted to find. I haven't found it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I've got to say as well, the part being in my mind, this hasn't just been the Zekken show, right? It's everyone else stepping up here. Your Narrate having a great show, Bang being on the money, Zelsis as well, everyone else doing their jobs. They haven't really needed Zekken to be the all singing, all dancing. But now on the attack, obviously with the Neon, this is where we could see him kick it up a gear.
And on the attack, to have a round 3 initiator ultimate is huge for Sentinels.
How do they fancy popping that? Got time. All the pressure on Fnatic in this regard, right? They have to stay on their toes here. Can't afford to drop the ball. That pistol round would have been everything. If they've been able to drop Narrate there, that could have changed the outcome potentially, but he's still slipping through middle.
It's a very, very secure setup here for Fnatic, though.
Yeah, all that info off of the back
Alpha's
of
got to be careful.
Yeah, Gary, Paranoia, but still alive is Sen. Narrate going to take down Alpha, and they have to back away. There goes that ult we were talking about. Value, yes, and Sen looking for the site, but bang! Back to back! Boaster on Kron, devastated.
Crashes down to 11 HP. Fnatic have to give this up now.
There's no way back in. The flank irrelevant.
Spike planted.
This is unreal. Sen looks so comfortable here.
Fnatic look a little lost, to be honest with you.
They do. And have we seen timeouts yet?
Seen just the one from Fnatic very early on.
Love to see another.
But they set up here, it was both Chronicle and Alpha, but Alpha's posted up close and personal with his utility. Again, maybe a lack of information, but Crashes has already kind of figured out they drifted back into mid because that, well, not contact found, but damage trade-off.
Yes.
It's really bizarre to see that. Unfortunate set of events. Kayak now, maybe actually, on the chopping block here.
A little bit dangerous for him.
Oh, actually, a cheeky smoke as well. So 5 alive.
Yep.
2 rifles maintained here for Fnatic, but a long road back in, and that, I mean, the only saving grace being that they've held onto 2 of those rifles because the money, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Alpha, I mean, again, in that situation, if you're there, you have to commit towards the kill. You back up, you're dead regardless. But with the reveal through the near side, just can't find Zekken. Painting a silhouette around him.
Gotta go.
All right, it's kind of crunch time, right? It feels like we've gone here with a bit of a whimper from Fnatic. It hasn't been the show we wanted yet. Sentinels just striding through the map. Zekken looking for the space, going to work off the back of the paranoia, going to be punished. Kayak, nice, set into motion there. Zekken goes down and maybe still a chance to get some control in this one. Oh, that's lovely. Kayak, just a shot through the smoke. He'll take that every day of the week.
Now backing away, conceding this space.
There.
Early win out here, can just play towards trades on site if Sentinels commit, but see how Crashy's exploring. Zellsis has potentially some ideas at threading the needle here in this Fnatic setup. Crashy's still guarding it.
He hasn't had a great series yet, or at least map yet here. So again, Zellsis has been on the money. That's a shoulder, and that's a stun. Didn't quite connect, but the shot does. Zellsis carving a path, and now both are trying to play it forward, but Zellsis again! He's setting this round alight! Sentinels making Fnatic look silly!
And the early win out from Fnatic, but Sentinels able to course correct here. Now find themselves a body to the good in the post.
And Zellsis just nutmegging them straight up middle. Not a chance. And now they've got to try and fight it back in, right? But you've got Chronicle and Alpha. Not really easy to bring this utility in. Double stacked up on the site. Going to try and get themselves away, but you're going to still play in Zellsis. Alpha making a go of it, but Zellsis does so well. Down to the 1v1, but time is running low. John QT calm under pressure. Kron, same sort of thing.
He's got the half.
Going.
Yeah.
Kron!
No!
Kron, you absolute madman!
Trying to bait out the steps here, but Chronicle doesn't back down. Brazen with the defuse.
To do that at that scoreline,
Yeah.
that would have been 12. That's bold, but I've got to roll it back to this moment from Zellsis.
Yeah, I mean, the timing is just played to perfection here from Sentinels. You see as well, actually the reveal and the fault line coming back online to set this lurk in motion. And that's how they're able to flip this advantage back in their favor. But bold moves from Chronicle. Fnatic cling to life here on Sunset. Actually, again, we're seeing further aggression, or at least probes sent out by Fnatic. No reward just yet.
Going again, we do have the Owl drone. Having a glance, should just make it past the wall. Will note the player on the right side, and Kayak gonna catch the rate, so good damage here. Oh, just caught!
Just below the door.
Oh, that's a nightmare, isn't it? Trying to back away towards market.
Only really got Chronicle's utility now to rely on. And this wall committed towards mid, so Sentinels plenty of options. Actually drawn Alpha away as well, so going to leave that utility in control of ASI, and actually Neural Theft will be invested.
Look towards top middle. Zekken might just pop off this as well. Kron's going to be the one to try and deal with them if they come market, but no, it is straight top middle. He's taken space. Alpha, reactive, trying to slip away. Spot to Pixel, get the body drop. Jump QT down, he knows there's more. Alpha, big double kill, but then there's still so much more to be done. 20 seconds, where's that spike going? Bang's got his ult if he wants it. God. Oh my goodness.
Oh my word.
There's no way they read this though, right? 13 seconds. The block.
Zellsis, yeah, a little lazy peek in here, but actually behind the wall.
Good God, this is just centimeters away from being deadly. 5 seconds has to commit on the plan here, and Kayak closing in. Chronicle's fallen. It's on Kayak and Crashies in the 2v2 here. Bang and Zellsis. Zellsis takes the head off of Crashies, leaving just Kayak, the young gun. Good for it on one. Looking for a second. He's got it! Kayak! You can doubt him all you want, but he has been exceptional for this team.
And another hero round from Zellsis as well. This Kayak with the Red Bull clutch. 6 on the board now for Fnatic.
Poison's gone.
In the finest of margins, and Crashy's a little disconnected. Obviously the anchor over towards A side with all of Alpha's utility. But the bounce on that stun, outrageous from Kayak.
Nice try, boys. Nice try, boys.
That was a lovely little Red Bull clutch from him. And again, the conversation around Kayak is, it's a learning lesson with him, really, as we go along. What is his capabilities? At this point, I think a lot of us saw on the socials he wasn't feeling his best.
Yeah.
But coming in here, putting on a great show at 15 to 12. And it is that kind of old adage of, you know, everyone can be great when they aren't tired, when they aren't feeling underway. But this guy's turned out here today and looked good for it. But we look at how these rounds have gone, Mike. We've had, what, Kron with a full defuse. You've just had a clutch coming out from Kayak.
They're not ones that kind of that fill you with confidence.
Yeah. And on the other side, it is a timeout for Sen, so just don't want to let this slip away too far. They still have timeouts to work with, so why not burn one here? See how far they can take this. And Fnatic have a lot of ults to be working towards.
I was just saying as well, another hero round from Zelsis who's quietly actually crept to the top of the board ahead of Bang.
And
Narrate as well, who's had a couple, what, is that 2 or 3 Ks we've
something like
seen
that.
from him?
I'm really impressed with how Zelsis is reading the map. It's all kind of timing and nice, kind of like
That
punishing on rotate.
Yeah, the lurk up top mid was fantastically executed.
And again, you don't normally kind of be having those conversations about Zelsis in that light, but I'm so happy to be seeing he's really found a way to get through that Fnatic defense. Now we go back in. Bang trying to draw the eyes and all the attention, see if they can cost that rotate, right? Bring that third body over.
Crash is just playing rotation game. Actually, it's early commitment back towards B with Kayak now picking up the slack in mid. He's got friends up there.
He's got 3 up here. Probably the play you want to avoid. But they think they've got something. And Crashes catches, encourages the counter swing. Nice little 1-2 punch at the top and middle. Well read by Fnatic in that one. Good timing as well. Punish Zelsis on the lurk. Fnatic! Sorry, did you suddenly just get given the Sentinels book? How did you just read everything they were about to do?
Almost crazy to see Fnatic respond with a round like this. Actually, Chronicle creeping all the way into spawn, but John QT sharp to it.
Where the hell did that round just come out of, Mike?
I mean, it's such a fantastic read. The setup was beautiful.
I'm honestly a little stunned at it, but as it stands, John QT just trying to play this out.
30 seconds left.
If you're looking at it, who needs ult? I guess Crashies could do with this one.
As I say, regardless, I mean, unless he's left to survive here, QT should get his ultimate if he dies or finds a kill. Money a little weird for Sentinels. I mean, John QT sat at 4,500 and Zelsis actually at 33, so maybe able to pass some weaponry across the board, but that'll be 7 for Fnatic, clawing their way back into Sunset.
It's slow and steady, but it's starting to get. But again, this was lovely from Crashies, but it's the fact they already had 2 other players set up ready for it. Then the rerun enemy remaining. It all just kind of fell into pieces, right? The dominoes started to fall. And talking of snowball, Fnatic almost have all 5 ults ready.
Oh yeah, they're in a fantastic position here. One away for Crashies as well.
There's no way this game gets close, right?
There.
I mean, this half certainly suiting Fnatic way more. I said it's that aggression or willingness to kind of stand and fight that we didn't really see in the first half. So Sentinels just happy to receive time and time again, and Fnatic stumbling on the first hurdles on their attacking half. Here we've seen some fantastic reads, beautiful setups.
Got the spike.
Ooh, looking at Kayak's line here. They do go around that. Really heads up work, actually. Nice. And burning a bit of the util too. This is ticking the boxes here, protocol list-wise. And again, Sen finding it hard to get a grip on where Fnatic are.
Sentinel's just desperate for a fight somewhere.
The discipline's not going to be giving that up from Fnatic. They've been playing this slow and steady pace.
Second happy to entertain the idea regardless. And now 45 seconds on, waiting for some of those cooldowns to come back online, and Alpha cam set up. Will potentially read this backside of the fake. Now still TP here for Bang.
Still got all the trips as well, and look
Yeah,
at where
so
they are.
he can sit here, but with the utility, as you've noted, They're going to know there's been no progress towards site.
This is great. Boast is in the right place for this too. 25 seconds. They're going to have to make a run for this one. Zek's found Kayak.
Boaster's not stunned.
Oh my god, Boaster gets away with it. Still standing. Got his paranoia, got the TP, gets out of there. Next player coming in. Narrate gets caught. Alpha controlling the back line. 10 seconds. Boaster buying time. Seconds. Springs forward. Zelz is trying to make this happen. 7 seconds though. They are running out of time. Zelz has to plant and they are closing in. Fnatic starving out Sentinels.
Cage 3.
I was talking about the clock for Fnatic, but worked to perfection here. And it's only due to having that third body over towards B site. I mean, Boaster's done so well here. Look at the Rolling Thunder just passing it by. But this TP back as well, it forces Sentinels to hesitate. They have to hard clear. I mean, Zekken makes handy work of it, but like I said, it's the clock then that suits Fnatic. Nobody has to swing onto these angles. They can wait for Zelsis to make a move.
5 ults. This is actually the 6th. That was going to be Sentinels. Zekken going to go for it. Just the stinger in the back pocket. But now you can see already Boaster up for the challenge. Zelsis going to catch Kayak towards middle. And they're going to go for a higher tempo piece towards B. But there's still 3 bodies here, Mike. Do they cancel on this? Now on the ult, surely.
Zelsis knows he's got a bit of a gap to play with here.
Oh, he's been great at these.
Still a trip behind him. It's Fnatic again now, actively trying to hunt him out. So they know he hasn't crossed.
Oh, Zelsis. He might. Oh my god. How is Crashy's alive? I thought he was on a platter, but the pacing here isn't quite high tempo enough. They've got a complete free sight. Alpha's still here. Oh! The wonder kid is ever! Slaps Narrate away from it. And now down to 3. That plant doesn't feel comfortable yet. Got to wait out the ult from Crashies. They still got more to burn if they need it. 40 seconds, a second attempt at the plant.
Come through now. The 3v4 now for Sentinels. Zelsis trying to get active, find something. The TP has another jump shot!
Again! Someone just back-to-back clip that, I don't care! Zelsis, oh, what the hell is this from Alpha? Zelsis has to be a hero though. He has to put on the cape, put on the costume, and find 2. He's doing the dance, he's desperate for it, and they fly in for Fnatic. Still alive after that man on your screen just went nuclear.
Ridiculous from Alpha. I mean, the first one crucial just to slow down the hit here.
Bang. What?
Show me the second. It's exactly the same. Just disgusting.
That's unreal.
And then finds the spam as well through the wall.
Yeah, he's here. You better watch out for him.
And Fnatic now
5 rounds, Mike.
knocking on the door.
5 rounds in a row. Sentinels don't like that one.
Fnatic have actually still got the timeout as well. I said the timeout came in the 3rd or 4th round. I can't remember in the first half.
Super
but
early.
Boaster certainly keeping things in control, I guess, in game. Now it comes down to a bit of a face-off here. Finance is starting to dwindle now for Sentinels. Still actually ultimates to play with as well for Fnatic. Do have Narrate's ultimate, but Neural Theft, Kayak, Chronicle actually does have the pit.
And I feel crazy having this conversation, but I didn't expect to see a world where Fnatic win this map. And then that changes how the veto looks, right? That's a conversation for afterwards, but...
Well, especially after the first half. I was
Correct.
sold then in my prediction, but...
Yep. Wait, who did you predict for this game?
For the series?
Yeah.
Well, for the... Okay. Let's go there.
Well, no, I'll admit it.
Fnatic. You wanted SEN, I know you did.
Wait, you went for Fnatic?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god. It's crazy.
I've still got Kayak down. It's like high stakes CS and...
Fair play, fair play. Okay, Operator is in, and this is one of the swing factors. If you aren't familiar with Fnatic, when Kayak's previously had some bad games, that Operator used to get him out of that
been the
ditch.
catalyst for him.
But he's certainly not been in any ditch so far. He's been having a mad performance, so another layer added to this.
Maybe this is a read into the pace or the tempo shift after this timeout. Could be rewarded here, as actually does look like a contact play from Sentinels.
Oh god, if they're going contact on this, it is so brutal. Kayak's going to be a one and done. Yeah,
Still gets it.
All good. Zekken, he's had a hard game here, I'm going to be honest, and that's rare to say because I feel like Zekken's one of those consistent high achievers. But he's struggling with that, and another deep line adopted. They've got to commit utility to force him away. You can't be going for these contact pieces now. Ooh, a little cuppy.
Well, I mean, smoke's going to make it difficult to get.
Do it. Go on, do the thing. Do the thing. Walk the smoke, I dare you. Oh, he's being sensible, Mike.
You hate to see
Spike
it.
planted.
Fun enjoys around the world devastated.
Silver's ultimate, though.
Right here.
Can make something happen potentially here in the post plant. Very slow, cautious in approach here, but Kayak confident. His teammate's got his back here.
They got to start building now, though. The time is ticking, right? There's the trade out. The paranoia not going to be able to be worked upon there. Sent through. Fnatic got to get moving. Sen with an opportunity now. Layered utility well, but Chronicle catching two, sleeping. Back goes down complete. Why is no one looking at Chronicle? Banana right back in the headlights. He's going to know where they are, but Crashy's sticking on the defusing. Swing! Oh, and he doesn't miss! Defuse! Oh, just misses out!
It would have needed an ace from the raid. The Crashies has to make a move here. The Red Bull clutch going in Sentinel's favor to find 12.
I know exactly.
God, it was Kron does it on one side, Narrate does it on the other, and just too late. Because even Narrate unsure, hand shaking for a second, but then he's up. Knows what he's done. He's got Sen to 12, breaking that momentum. Sentinels back, looking ready for this, but they got to keep going now. God, the money's so fragile still.
Yeah, I mean, look, yeah. After that string around,
Oh my God.
They got through Ramsey, Quiet shut down.
Oh,
Hit the right
it's beautiful. Poetic for Narrate to be the one doing this. Finding comfort out in America. Alpha does catch Celsius. Crashy's now got bodies in front of him, abounding. Decker gonna take away the sight. Plant now next. You're down to 2. Kron and Alpha, big names. Same to be said on the other side. 4 players waiting. Sentinels 2 kills away from map 1 under the belt. Kron waiting. Alpha. Contact made. Narrate down. Next layer has to come in. They join together. Playing in unison now. 1 right, 2 left. Kron has a little look. Finds the one close. Waits for the swing. Now we're going to need a magic moment from Alpha. 6 bullets and the time's not on his side, but second. 12 HP.
He's misread this.
Oh my God, Zekken is absolutely ice. God damn cold! Beautifully done